I'm going to show you a super simple way to track conversions in HubSpot. In this example, it would be on a book a demo page that doesn't require you to do things like clone pages or create bespoke landing pages or thank you pages. Now, all of those methods are really effective, especially if you're using channels like Google PPC. But in this example, let's imagine that we're working with a partner, business or organization, and they have agreed to promote our B2B product or service 3 times in 3 of their newsletters. And they're going to embed our product or service information on their website, perhaps they have a marketplace page. In the newsletter, they're going to talk about an individual product feature in each one of the 3 newsletters. So we would want to know, especially if we've paid this partner organization or business, we'd want to know from which of those 3 newsletters and therefore which of the product features did the most conversions come from, and or whether conversions came from their website where they embedded us in their marketplace page. The reason we want to know that is to see how much we are kind of achieving in terms of return on investment, but also we can then go on to negotiate with this partner if they offer us a new kind of campaign, or with other partners or businesses, we can then sort of go in with some data and try and kind of negotiate costs and things like that. So this way of doing things is one way. You could do things like using HubSpot's original source breakdown 1, original source breakdown 2. This is a super simple way that combines good old-fashioned UTMs and your existing form on your page. The one kind of disclaimer in this example is that you know what UTMs are and how to create them. If you don't, there's plenty of information on HubSpot's Knowledge Center and on YouTube. So let's quickly jump in to my form. So this is a dummy account, so I don't have all of the features available, but we have what we need. So here's the standard form fields on a book a demo form. So we've got first name, last name, company name, business email, and phone number. Now what we need to do is to create a UTM that we would send to our partner that they would include on all 3 of their newsletters and on their marketplace. So we would need to create 4 UTMs so that we can track the performance of each of those newsletter sendouts and then the website link. So you can create UTM tracking links through HubSpot. I can't in this example because the dummy account doesn't allow me. Or you can use the campaign URL builder in Google, which is free. So again, I'm assuming you know how to do this. So if you do, go ahead and create your tracking link. I've popped it in this tab for ease. So here's my UTM tracking link, one of them, and I would have sent this to my partner. Now what we need to do is go back to HubSpot and go into properties. So it's cog and then properties. And then what I've done is I've gone and taken each of the individual UTM parameters. So that's UTM, campaign, content, medium, source, and term. And I've created a corresponding HubSpot property. So to create a property is create property. Then you select contact property and then contact information in group. Then you would call your label, so the name of your property, exactly as the UTM parameter appears. So go back to your UTM, whether that's in Campaign Builder or here in this tab, and copy and paste, for example, UTM source, UTM medium, and then paste that into your property creator here. Then you would save it. Obviously, I'm not going to do that because I've already created them. The reason copying and pasting is just to avoid error. So everything appears exactly as it does in each place, right? So now you've created your UTM parameter properties. We can now use these in our form. So let's just jump back to our form. So now we need to add these properties to our book a demo form. So we go to search for properties and fields and we add UTM. Here are our new properties. Let's just go down slightly. Now we need to drag each of these in to our form. So UTM campaign, UTM content, UTM medium, UTM source, and UTM term. Now, do not forget to make these hidden fields so that the user doesn't see them. when they arrive on your book a demo page or whichever kind of conversion you're after. So we'd make all of these fields hidden. Okay, so now we've got all of these fields hidden. We would update the page, the form as normal. Now, the cool bit. So what happens basically is when somebody clicks one of your links in a newsletter or on a partner website, it will push them to your regular book a demo page, for example. So you've had to create no new pages. They then hopefully convert on your page by filling out their information and submitting the form. Now, when they submit that form, what your form does is it automatically extracts the UTM parameter information from the UTM that your user has clicked and drags it metaphorically into this form. So for example, all of these fields will now be populated automatically in the form when it's submitted. So let's go to a imaginary, well, it's not because I exist, but an imaginary contact. So this is me. Now, if you look on the left-hand side of any contact entry, you will see the basic information. Now, I want to see where this lead came from, and I want to know if it came through my partner campaign. So what I would do now is I would go to view all properties because I need to add these properties to the contact view. So we would go to view all properties. We then search UTM, and we can see here are the properties that we've just created. So we'd add to view, add to view, add to view, add to view, and add to view. Then we'd go back to our contact, and we would see that in the left-hand side, we can now view our UTM information. So we can see that I came through the summer 22 campaign, the content. So that might be email number 2 send out that our partner sent, added a discount. So it's a referral discount. It was through a newsletter, so it wasn't through the site. And the source is Tame the Beast. That's the name of the company. So we can see on an individual level here where this contact came from. So it booked a demo, he booked a demo, and the form automatically extracted this information from the UTM parameters. Okay, so now on a larger scale, we would want to report on this whole campaign. So then we would go to reporting and we would create a report. And all we would need to do is to say, which time frame we want to use. So let's say it's this quarter. We would say form submission is book a demo. Then we would add any of our UTM parameters. So for example, we would want to know that if the UTM source was Tame the Beast, which is our partner organization, or we might want to say, did it come through email 1, 2, or 3? So for example, we said that this was email 2. So we could then add that UTM UTM medium, that should be. So let's just go to UTM medium. Then did you see that I copied and pasted? So if you copy and paste, you remove the possibility of error. So let's say newsletter, apply filter, then obviously I'm still going to appear. So let's remove this one, but I still stay here, right? Because I can still filter by any one of the individual UTM parameters. So I might want to know several UTM parameters or just the one. So it might just be which newsletter. So this says to me that this contact came through the newsletter, not the website. And again, I could specify which newsletter, but here, let's just say we want to know all the contacts that came from that campaign that booked a demo and came from newsletter. Then we would have a list on the right-hand side here displaying all of those contacts. So we can report on granular performance of that campaign. So that's a super simple way to use your existing pages without having to create new pages or clone pages, and just having the form do the work for you by extracting the data from the UTM that you give to a partner or wherever you want to place it.